see. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm Carol. Welcome to the new moon, post-new moon video. And it is being recorded here in this very bright afternoon here at Light Spring Glen. It's being recorded on Monday, October 16th. This wasn't what was planned for, but you know how life is. It's what happens while you're busy making plans. So here we are with one another on this day. And for anyone who receives my newsletter and has, well, there was to have been for the first time in a couple of months, there was set a Zoom gathering for the eve of the new moon and the spectacular annular solar eclipse. We were going to gather on Friday night. So here it is Monday. Zoom took me by surprise. I hadn't used the gatherings for a while, and I think there was a glitch or two that I wasn't able to keep up with. So we bailed out of that. I was certainly of a mind to make this video the day of the eclipse, which was Saturday. And I don't know how it was for you. Oh, and by the way, I apologize because I'll be getting more ethereal the brighter the light is. Holy cow. I think you just see my glasses at the moment. We're just going to go with it. So, got my voice, you got my glasses, and a few other things I look forward to sharing with you. Yeah, my gosh. Well, what I realized is I was pulling together some ideas and getting things set up and making sure my screen sharing had the right things in it before I pressed the record button. What I was becoming aware of is, whatever came along comes along. And so here we are together. And I appreciate that you found your way here, whether it was through the newsletter, somebody sharing it with you, seeing it on Facebook, all kinds of ways for you to. I'm kind of laughing at myself because clearly you do see yourself when you're making these recordings. So a number of things that I thought I might do, I'm still going to incorporate in here, looking to share an image. It was the sharing component that didn't want to work on Friday night that just told me, no, wasn't, oh, I'm coming back to you. But on Saturday, I guess I'm going back to that thought, which was going to escape from me right here. The energies were huge. There was no way I could make a video. I just needed to be with the flow of the energies, which was quite spectacular. I am imagining everybody who is hearing this now, at some point listening to it, coming together as we are. It doesn't matter that at the moment there's nobody tuned in this moment, but it's not time is certainly not linear. And the more I work with things on a spiritual level and connect with others this way, the more and more that this is true. So we will be bringing in one of the screen shares to talk about this season. I look forward to speaking to you about the ancestors. And I brought one of my own here today. I'll try not to chuckle every time I see I disappear and you were sort of, but she hasn't disappeared. This is an ancestor of mine, my paternal grandmother, Lucia May Wallace. Very important person. Although for many, many years in my life, she was only a name, and she was passed over before I was born. And her story somewhat disappeared from the family stories until relatively recently. And I know there's at least one person watching me who will be nodding her head about that. So we'll bring in our ancestors, the ones of our lineage, the ones that are not necessarily a DNA or that, but of a spiritual lineage, when we do a bit of a meditation, because we're deeply into these weeks of the eclipses. We just had the annular solar eclipse with the new moon of October. And in less than 2 weeks' time, on the 28th, there is going to be another eclipse. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. So some things upcoming. I want to invite you, if you're if you know nothing about, but have been hearing about either way, there is a newsletter that gets sent out essentially once a month. The summer of this year really was a lot going on for me, and may well have been for you. So the newsletters were somewhat hit and miss for the months of probably July, August, and maybe even September. But if you'd be interested in tuning into this on a more regular basis, which is that's an intent I'm setting on this new moon. My website will be in the notes below, and you can go there and sign up for the newsletter. And of course, videos, as you will see on this channel, you can subscribe to them, subscribe to this channel, and ring that little notification bell to be prompted when another video is posted. So that's a little bit, that's all the bookkeeping I believe that I need to tell you about. I'm thanking in advance those who know how it helps videos to come to more people's attention simply by hitting the like button at the end, or the like thumb, I think it's a thumbs up, making a comment, all of that. So if energies and messages about this appeal to you, it's a way, by doing both or one of those things, that helps this video come to more people's attention. So that is where it was on Friday. This is where it is today. We're on the other side of the portal of that incredible eclipse experience. So in this, by having, I'm going to do a little bit of a back and forth, and apologies if it sometimes the spontaneity can possibly lose people. I'm hoping that's not the truth. I'm hoping that's not true. But in addition to our ancestors honoring through this season, the honoring of the season itself is something oh my goodness, Zoom did an update just before I turned this on. And so some of where I would find things seems to have been shifted around. Come on, Zoom, would you just keep things a little steadier, please? Okay. Oh, that's interesting. So that's already a new thing for me. The autumn. Beautiful time of year. And I'm sharing this image with you from the artist whose name I will put below. Attempt to pronounce her name. I think if you really, I think it's visible on your screen, not where her beautiful image is of this lovely autumn figure and the crow and all of those beautiful things around both of them in the autumn day. But Tiana Lukovic is the artist, and appreciating very much that her art can be part of this today. So contemplate, if you will, or just these words to share with you about autumn and what it presents as possibility for us as earth lovers, as children of Mother Earth. These are words of Bridget Anna McNeil, who shares these thoughts. Where my leaves fall and decay is where I give myself space and nourishment to grow. Facing the things I know deep inside, those things that are no longer and not me and no longer in my integrity, such as the ways of being, the habits, the language I use, the way I shape my days, the things I spend time on, letting them decay, letting them go, disintegrate, and fall away is how I grow. Slowly composting them away over time with love and care, learning from their nature, their roots, until they become fertile matter. Yes, Zoom is keeping me a little bit on my toes here. All righty. So because it's a video, and the next part we move into some meditation, some thoughts about the ancestors. The good thing about it not being a Zoom live gathering is that you can pause it at any time. One thing I certainly mentioned in my newsletter that I'm going to talk about now. Don't let me forget, I've got a note to say about why there's a notebook here. I'm going to prop it up here. No, it's going to fall over if I do. But using for my guidance and insight an oracle deck, and I have a couple, but the one I often use for these videos is the Earth Magic Oracle deck of Stephen Farmer. There he is, Stephen Farmer. And the oracle card I drew leading up to what would have been a Zoom gathering is this one. Oh, good. It's much more visible now. It's gotten a little darker. Dreamtime creation. And I realized today as I decided I would, and of course you can pause this and look at it longer, is just this week, or within this last week, I should say, in Australia, because this is a reference to Aboriginal wisdom. There was quite the important vote called, I believe, The Voice or One Voice. It did not go in favor of the Aboriginal peoples. I won't expound upon that at all. If you know of that, if you know, you will more than likely have your own views about it. But let me read a little bit of its message to you. Creation. For the Aborigines of Australia, the Dreamtime is a place before time and outside of time in which ancestral spirit beings came to Earth and gave all of life its form. Once the work was done, these spirits remained in the very forms they created, including the animals, hills, stars, and other features of the land, and they continue to be present today. The Dreamtime is an individual's or a group's spiritual template, including songs and stories that have been handed down for at least 60,000 years. Although Aborigines would say that they've existed since the beginning of time, pre those 60,000 years. Okay. More I could share, but I'm going to leave it at that. The reference to our ancestors, the reference to the wisdoms that come down to us. As I go forward with my own life, as I work to know more about who I am within, what I've brought forward in this life, what I still am searching and attempting to bring forward, I know more and more and more. It is words and wisdoms of the ancestors that guide me, that ground me, that are assisting me in my life and in that which I share with others. So as we move into an opportunity to be with our ancestors meditation, I'd love to share with you this beautiful, and so you might have noticed if you're looking in the background there, I am again ethereal view. This beautiful sculpture of these, I see them as women. There certainly might be men and women representational, sitting together in circle. So they are back here too. During these weeks leading up to the beautiful energies of the eclipse season that concludes on the 28th with the full moon, which is a lunar eclipse. And then right after, that's the 28th. And then a couple of days later, we have Samhain. We call it Halloween in North America for the most part. But it is a time when the veils are thin and when our connections with ancestors and others of the metaphysical realms is all that much more available to us. So what I would suggest to you is to create for yourself an altar, or if you have an altar, to decorate it with images and whether they be photographs, whether they be whatever it is that brings to mind ancestors of your lineage, of that which comes to you from other parts of what we bring into this life, which is not necessarily genealogical, but simply that the ancestors of the land, the ancestors of the land where you live, I feel them very potently here. And in what will be a bit of a guided meditation that I will bring us on at the this last part of the video, we're going to invite our ancestors to join us, just as they are here with one another. And they will invite them not only for a connection in terms of feeling a closeness or a presence in whatever way that can be communicated to you, but that any messages they might have, keep something nearby that you can record what it is that they may well want you to know. I know I've had a dream or two in the last couple of weeks that's very indicative of the fact my ancestors have some things to let me know about, more than what I already have been able to be aware of and to be blessed by receiving this connection and these messages. So an altar, a notebook handy, especially after Dreamtime, back to the card that we have here, because Dreamtime is a time when our soul's ability to tap into this is all that much more heightened, because we go to a different level of our everyday awakeness, to a deeper knowing and consciousness of the dream time. So all of this weaves itself together in these weeks we have of this time of year. Time to let things go and compost. Time to, and I'll say it another time, but hopefully mindfully bring it into our meditation, knowing that each of these new moons, as we come to them, offer an opportunity to set a new intention. The composting of other things we no longer need nourishes these new intentions. Pam Gregory, whose videos and teachings I gained so much from, and I so often share her information through either what I say or through the link to her videos, reminds us that of all the new moons of this year, the 10 or so that have happened, this one, and we're in its energy now, still, it isn't like it happened only on one little part of a day, even with the eclipse. But these are times to put that seed of new intention and new desires for our own journeys, and for those things that we would like to activate. But this one, as she reminds us, has the most powerful impact of any that have come along. And as we have this energy of composting and fertilizing the earth, all the much more to nourish that which is seeking our attention to begin. I heard, last but not least, before I bring us into more of the meditation opportunity, that a reminder, especially with the bigger new moons and full moons that include the eclipses, their energies begin a good month before the date of it, say of this last Saturday, but weeks before that we were in its energy. And now we're in the energies of becoming full moon with its lunar eclipse. So just know, even though the Zoom gathering didn't happen on Friday, and that I wasn't really able to make a video on Saturday, and getting goosebumps, so I know the emphasis of this is especially not right on. And when you see this, unless it's a whole year from now, but the energy of it, the gifts of it, there's so much of it. So with that, and I don't have a candle to light, but it would always a wonderful idea when you do work, unless like beyond that door, there are a couple of rather wild, very lively kittens. So they're not scratching at the door, so at least, anyway, they're not going to break in on this. But that's why the door is closed. And that's why if I had it open, I wouldn't have lit a candle anyway. Okay. So I'm going to draw us down, to mention of the kittens, and begin a guided meditation. One more thing to tell you. I should have probably said this at the beginning, and I will certainly put it in my notes. Some people, I think, wisely read the notes ahead of time and then see if it's a video they want to watch. YouTube makes it possible for a longer video, because I know this will be probably around a half an hour, maybe a little longer. Whatever the time is, it's just what it is. But the sections of it, in whatever way they're part of what's presented for anyone really making a video, you'll see chapter details. They call them chapters, and it's a timestamp of sorts that you can look at the details, or in some cases there's a visual that shows where in the video you can skip to or go back to, because that is what is the wonders of some of the technology that we have into. So with that, I'm just looking, making sure, because the guided meditation and bringing us back is where I would like to conclude. I will conclude, given where we are, this beautiful Earth year, the brilliance of this afternoon shining itself down on us. I will conclude the meditation time with an earth blessing. I may or may not include the words below. I've used it in a number of other ones, so I'll see what I remember or don't remember about doing. So, but that is how we will end the video today. The time of the meditation is going to be somewhat shortened, just to give this a little bit of opportunity, so that as I bring us into a guided meditation place, that the silent part of it can be lengthened by you by stopping the video. So I'm going to suggest that and keep it more concisely, with that opportunity for you to control how long you would like to be doing this. I'm going to bring us to one more share, and I'm very glad I didn't forget this. Look, this beautiful image. Yes. I see Beth Wildwood, and her name is there pretty clearly on this image. I see this beautiful feminine figure with her owl companion as a moon goddess. So that's the reason I wanted to use this as a visual. So if it's an open-eyed guided meditation, this is something wonderful for you to be contemplating, or simply stopping my voice and just letting the contemplation come from this. I see the ancestor energy within this as well. I feel it as well. So I invite you to take time as you feel prompted to spend more with this image. So I invite all of us now, close our eyes, to be seated more comfortably, just letting your energy drop more comfortably and firmly, perhaps, way to say it, into wherever it is you're sitting, onto your chair, or whatever it is you're more than likely sitting on. Some people prefer to lie down, but make yourself comfortable in connection with you. Let your shoulders drop. We keep them up so often for so many reasons, just let them breathe. And let us breathe together, lengthening the out breath after each inhale. Inhaling easily. The longer exhale, a little bit longer each time. Let us just breathe and be together. Onto your heart center. Let your awareness back into your heart. Feel the fire of your spirit. Feel the fire at the center of your heart. Let your awareness drop down through your physical body, through your legs, through your feet. Let it connect with the earth beneath where you are sitting. Let it drop down from your heart, below the floor, the place where you're sitting, down into the earth. Let it descend to the heart of our beautiful earth. Know that it is descending, that it's reaching, that it's connecting with our great mother, beautiful guide. Feel that lively and loving connection, this gravitational embrace she offers us, offers you. Experience the comfort, experience the beautiful energies transmitted in this most marvelous communication and connection. Now, looking into the fire at the center of your heart, begin to feel around you this circle drawn to the new moon's energies. Know the circles of others gather in the timeless time that is, and that our group, through these connections of the web of light present through this video, we are coming together now in a vibrant and vivid and very palpable circle. Feel the presence of your neighbors join to your right, to your left. Feel this circle, and if you look with your inner eyes, you will see others who are here now in this beautiful circle of lunar love and light under the new moon. Picture, feel in the middle of our circle a beautiful fire. It may be kindling of the moon's energies. It is a day fire, as the new moon is within the sky over us all on these days of her magic lunar new moon presence. And before we invite the energies of that eclipse magnificence, let us invite our ancestors to join our circle. Invite, call, welcome your ancestors as I welcome and invite mine. Feel, maybe see them with us now. Smiles upon their faces, smiles from their hearts. Feel the warmth of their presence and their hearts joining the fire here and the fire of our joined hearts. Above us now, in the sky, The new moon moves into the earth's shadow as the eclipse draws upon us. We are witness now to the solar, to the lunar eclipse, to the lunar eclipse. The ring of fire circles the moon's dark face. Let us sit in the magnificence of this haloed new moon, haloed with fire. Let your spirit, let your soul open to its magnificent magic and beauty. Ask to receive its potent mysteries, its potent energies. Ask to receive that which is seeking you. Your ancestors are speaking of their own times upon this earth and such witness as they had of this phenomenon, this awesome experience of the lunar eclipse and the ring of fire. You may glimpse they witnessing in their time upon this earth. And they are conveying to us now what they saw, what they felt. Again, their words, their messages to you in regards to this celestial moment. Sense and know those others around the planet, around the world, seeing this phenomenon, being in the circles of opportunity to bring forth that which we desire of peace, of harmony, of opportunity to bring healing and holding to those in need around the planet, those places torn by conflict. Let us unite our hearts, our hopes, our intentions for peace beyond space, beyond time. Feel the power of this web of love. Feel the power of this web of intention and possibility. Let us plant this seed beneath the moon, this now, this time. The time of our connection and circle is nearing its end. We give thanks. We give thanks to those who are here with us in person, in physical, and in person, metaphysically. Let us attune to a final words from those who have joined us in this circle. for this meditation. As they whisper a final word, final message, and we promise we will heed it. We promise to nurture this love, this hope, as we go forward. We give thanks to our beautiful Mother Earth, for the celestial ones of sun and moon. And we come now back into where we started, in our own space and time. Feel yourself returning now. Opening your eyes, perhaps looking once again at the screen of your computer, your whatever it is you're hearing this through and from. Feeling yourself returning to your physical sense of self. We give thanks for those who have gathered with us this day, this moment, time out of time, time out of sense of beginning and end. It is all of the now. And we give thanks for this opportunity to be with one another, ending with this earth blessing. Bringing you back to this screen to share this with you. Thank you all for being here present today. Blessed be the precious and preserving air by which we are given life. Blessed be the precious and preserving fire by which we are warmed. Blessed be the precious and preserving waters by which we are cleansed. Blessed be the precious and preserving land by which we are sustained. Blessed be the precious and preserving spirit within and around us all. Blessed be the precious and preserving ancestors, now, then, and to come. Blessed be. Take good care. Much love from Light Spring Glen.